My name is Wanjiku Kironyo. I'm a counseling psychologist. The topic I would like to discuss here is the language. Why do I want to speak about the language? Language is a very important aspect of our communication. Without a language, we cannot be able to convey message from A to B. And so it is very, very important. It's also the way we express ourselves. Without the language, we can have difficulties in expressing ourselves. In this particular case, I'd like to look into the language, especially in countries that were once dominated or colonized by the Western. The colonizer made every effort to ensure that the colonized people learn the language of the colonizer, but not the other way around. There's a reason why they did it. It was deliberate. Because there's an understanding that if you learn somebody's language, you also learn the culture. And in this particular aspect, there was a carrot that came along with the language. If you learn the English language, you are able to get a job, you're able to improve your life, you also learn about the Western culture, and you become liberated from what you call the primitive culture, as it was referred to. So there was a lot of effort. And anyone who passed in English language, it did not matter any other subject that they were good at. English was the most important thing, and it was heavily rewarded by getting good jobs if you spoke English. And so, what are the damages that this caused? Number one, we found ourselves looking down at our culture, our lifestyle, our background, even we lost our identity to acquire the Western language. It is very, very important that even though we speak the colonizer language, that we don't phase out our own languages. I'm worried about the fact that in another 10, 20 years, there will be languages in Africa that will be completely gone, wiped out of this earth. Because number one, they are not spoken anymore. They are looked down upon. It's only the generation who are in their 80s that are very conversant with those languages. Many of educated people find themselves even thinking in English language. The other thing is that because there were privileges that came along with the language, we did away with it. We did away with our languages. In fact, when I was growing up in school, I remember there was a gadget that we were given as children if you are caught speaking your own mother language. And so the other kids will tell you, as they hand you the object, stop that primitive language of yours. And of course, the other thing is, at the end of the day, whoever would have been the last person to hold that object would be beaten, punished by the teacher. And of course, the teacher will not just only punishing you, there will be names that they will be calling you. You stupid person, you primitive, you backward, you heathen, anything they could call you to discourage you. And so we quickly ensure that we learn the language. The effect this have in our life is that I even find myself that most of the time, I prefer to think something in my own language and then translate it, other than to think through the English language and convey my message. Why do I have to do that? Because something is missing, because English is not my language. English is not the language I think in. And so, the language, our local language, were excluding us from everything. For example, if a person is invited to speak in public and they spoke in English, they are perceived as an intelligent person. This is because of the brainwashing. If a person stood up and said, you know what, I'm going to address you in Kiswahili or in Kikuyu or in the Luo, they are perceived as people who are less intelligent. So we ourselves are very harsh on each other. In fact, parents have always been very excited as they tell you with a lot of pride, oh, my child do not understand our language. They don't hear it. What does that mean? Let me tell you, no matter how many years in your life you live in the European continent, or you live European, what you think is European lifestyle, you never become one. You never acquire the identity. In their eyes, in their community, in their society, you still be an African. In fact, you can become a laughing stock if you attempt to bypass them by showing them that you speak better English, or you behave better in English culture. And so my encouragement to every one of us as African is, first and foremost, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, first of all, let's embrace our languages. Let's be proud of it, because our language comes with the culture. It comes with our lifestyle. It also comes with our identity. And so often we feel lost because we have lost our self-identity. The language that we have are beautiful languages, and even foreigners can embrace them. Our colonizer could also embrace them the way we embrace their languages. At least one of the things I can say is that because most of us have 3 languages, it shows how intelligent we are. So if we are showing that we are intelligent, let's also embrace that intelligence by being proud of who we are as Africans.